But those practitioners out there on the ground are good people. So why do they not move over in the model that you said? Why do they not change over? And the answer is, first, they're 3 or 4 generations into farming this way. They're farming like daddy, granddaddy, maybe even great-granddaddy did.
So they might not even know how to change it.
Well, they don't see anything wrong with it.
Right.
If you were raised with your as most of us generational farmers are, with your role model being dad and granddad, and what they did, you're not going to say this is bad.
Right.
It's hard to do. So that's number one. Number two is that most of these guys are not just invested in the farm. Most of those cotton farmers, also, they own $1 million cotton picker. You know a cotton picker can cost $1 million?
No, I didn't.
It can. They own $1 million cotton picker, and you know what that thing will do? Nothing but pick cotton, not a damn thing. They also probably have ownership in a gin, cooperative gins. Mm-hmm. You know what that thing does? Gin's cotton,
right?
Nothing else. And so on. Same with a grain farmer, grain combine, a grain elevator. So that's one reason they're just so heavily invested. So emotionally, they're invested. Financially, they're invested.
Ancestrally.
Industrially.
Ancestrally. Yeah, they're invested. Their family's been running it forever. It's part of the family.
On top of that, they're told every day by land-grant universities and big food and big ag, this is how you do it. And we glamorize it, and it's fine. So those are the motivational reasons things don't change much. Let's talk about the business reasons. So let's compare my business to a commodity farmer, a larger commodity farmer. Both businesses are very capital intensive. I've got $28 million worth of capital invested in my business. Some of it's debt, some of it's equity, but that's what we got. They do too. Both businesses are also low return. My margins are not high, and their margins are not high. Both high capital investment, both low return. My business is high risk. Their business is not so high risk. People are forever talked about how risky farming is. When you've got an arsenal of pesticides, to throw at any problem you got, when you got irrigation and the water is free where I live, other than the energy cost of getting it out of the ground, when you've got crop insurance to mitigate risk, then compared to what I do, which is own the product all the way from when the calf hits the ground to the hamburger goes in your stomach, one E. coli recall, then it's over for me. That won't happen with those guys.
That's a big difference.
High risk, high return, low risk, low return. How long has that been going on?
And all those things that you're citing in terms of the investments that are involved, the cotton gins and the cotton pickers and all the different things that they need, that they'd have to restructure everything. So it would take a significant investment to do that, and then a big risk.
It would be so hard for those guys, and I'm telling you because I did the same thing. I was the same way.